Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal. Focal TV, bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Okay, welcome to Focal Online TV. Wherever you are following the broadcast, welcome to today's edition of the show. This is how we like to officially welcome you back to our online broadcasting, our official indoor broadcast. Welcome to the January 19, 2023 edition of the show, inside edition number 13. This is the first independent media platform within edition number 13. We are here to stay for good. This is the voice of the slum. Moving forward, you're going to see these two faces on your webcam as we move forward. This is the Focal on TV. I am your lead host, and YK Lyndon Togba serve as the co-host. This is how we like to officially welcome you back to our official online broadcast, our official indoor broadcasting. We are situated along the Japan's freeway, precise at the top of Valley Junction. This is how I like to welcome my own friend and brother K. Lyndon Togba. Welcome to Focal on TV.
Well, what a pleasure having me on after a long holidays. We are so much happy, as you said earlier, to be here on our platform, especially our indoor broadcast, because the very first activity we had when we came from the long holidays, we were not fortunate to have appeared indoor.
Yeah. So today is
Today is the first day that we have appeared
since 2023.
since 2023.
Yeah,
So to our viewers, to our regular followers, and those who are consistently following our ideas,
how
you know,
how was the New Year spent with you? How did you rather spend the new year?
what
How
quite
did you?
the new year was quite fantastic because the most important thing, like I always said to people, is that we should be very thankful because there were thousands of people, who are wished to see this particular year called 2023. Unfortunately, they were entrapped by the cold hands of death.
Mhm.
So, being alive today, I'm so much gratified and pleased and overly elated to be on our platform.
Okay, so that is it. That's good to be back on the media. That is something good, and this is the job that we choose to do to see our best. We can sit behind the microphone, provide the argument, provide the basis. Where when the politician makes statements, it is on this platform, the media outlets, that we are clothed with the responsibility to see our best to critique those statements from politicians, civil people from the civil society organization, permanent resident within the district and outside of the district, to see our best we can call them to order. Maybe they make some derogative remarks, some derogative statements. To see our best we can call them back to order. But this is an election year that the country is about to go to election, where we're going to be going to representative election, senatorial election, and presidential election. So maybe we could just spend 2 or 3 minutes about that. Maybe just project what do we really think, what do we hope to see, because as a media institution, we should be the watchdog, and we are the watchdog of the society. So it is upon us to see how best we can call on those who are the politicians, to tell them that, Chief, this is how we beg you, we appeal to you that you should go this way in terms of how you governize your people, how you campaign around, how you convince the minds of people, to tell them that you want this job, this is the job that you want to achieve. You want to be given another time. So I don't know, how do you really look at this year? Because and just on the flip side, about 11 minutes past 5 o'clock, we will have the chairman of Team Andy, who's going to be in our studio here. We're going to be asking all of the questions as it relates to the growth and development of his institution, and all of national issues.
Yeah, I could agree with you, particularly when you make those essential statements that the media should be seen. The media should be seen as a watchdog of society, not to be a platform used to given to any politicians to preach divisive message that has the propensity to
Mm.
plunge our country into chaos. Remember, we have had a very terrible history of what violence has done to this country. It has devastated almost all of the systems that our forefathers laid down for us, and we are this generation is more concentrated about rebuilding the country. So moving forward in this year that every one of the politicians has been run or yearning to enter in, we want to plead with the politicians, plead with our youthful brothers and sisters that we whatever we do, we should put Liberia first, Liberia last, and Liberia first. Liberia should always remain first in our struggle, in our engagement. We should remember that there is a lady called Liberia that we all belong to. And, so moving forward, they the media should be used, should play a very independent role in every political engagement in this country. And I think our media institution has taken a stand on that particular issues because for what we do is that we are striving as much as possible to promote, to display our independence, to promote the kind of peace messages, the kind of culture, that provokes peace, not a culture that will, or our platform cannot be used as a medium or as a transit point to preach our divisive messages against people. You understand? So thankfully, you have consented that the chairman of the Andy has finally or consented to appear on our platform because you and I know the kind of tussle, the kind of engagement, the kind of protocol that we have to pass through before having him on. But thankfully that he has consented to be on our platform. We are so much gratified that he will speak he will speak to us about some of the major happenings because the Andy Jala Foundation has been so much involved, and on numerous occasions they have invited us and to many of their programs. So I want to believe.
So that is it. Is that is it. It is good that we are back on the platform and then see how best we can conscientize the minds of people not to vote for politicians, but I think it is our role to play an independent to take an independent stand as we get to the election. As we get to the election. So it is our responsibility to play an independent role as we get to the election. So um, we are back. We are back and we are here for good.
Yeah,
And
the independence of the media cannot be stressed further. But it is always important that the media play a very independent role because they should be.
okay, so that is it. Our producer just informed us that the chairperson of this is already in our studio, so we're gonna bring him on our camera and then we can start the conversation from there. Uh, all right, Mr. Chairman, welcome to Foka Online TV.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It been it has been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Firstly, let's say good evening to our listening audience out there. And Team Andy has actually been making some significant strides, trying to ensure that most of our programs and outreach are properly meeting the interest and the desired results. So quite lately, we have been engaging and engaging and engaging. So if you say it has been a while, definitely I would say yes, it has actually been a while.
You appear to be overly exuberant. Do you care to tell the public about what is this issue about your exuberance all about? Because the expression on your face can point that you are overly exuberant.
Well, the media is my friend, and anytime I have to face the media, I feel excited because it is issue driven, it is informative, and I believe that once the proper information is reaching the public, sensitizing them on some of those good stuff, actually present some good benefits for not just Team Andy, but our people out there. It brings series of excitement to me. So, yes, you are right. I'm kind of excited and happy to be with you guys.
I hope the that doesn't come from the cycle of Nima content when you content because we saw that from your social media page.
Oh well, Nima Kante is part of me as well, and
But the
Nima
guy
Kante.
is from Tanzania. How did you go to Nima County?
The thing is that traditionally they counted me a star down to our heritage. And as much as we have people that we love and they are spellbound with some of these sounds, I mean, I will soon be. I'm hopeful of getting married in 2023. My wife is my name. So I celebrate Nima because of my wife. Hey, so Nima is a good county. Nima is so special.
Socially, you have been forced to see your best to support Lima.
I will
That's
take
why
a
I
walk.
found it.
I
So,
will go. I happily
it's
celebrated success of Nima because I believe that uniquely I attached to me and the bond that we share is so great. So anytime to Nima, any success that it rests squarely on our shoulder, my wife and I, my wife and I. So congratulations to us.
all right, so congratulations to you in advance.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me back to business. How is Team Andy, by the way?
Well, Team Andy is actually moving well. As a matter of fact, we have actually been into series of activities lately, and as it stands now, we are even gearing towards the second phase of the Live Initiative Children Reading and Online Broadcasting Program. That's a kids literacy program designed to help the kids with some media pathway. We have basically been focused on how we can create a relationship with our people. And how are we going to achieve this? We said to ourselves that in order to have a very good relationship with people that matter to us, people who we are obligated ourselves to serve, we should do things that will not just favor us, but connect the positives in the environment. So Timandi is fine. We have been carrying on a series of activities. If you would take me back, we have been doing a lot in terms of infrastructure, in terms of empowerment, in terms of other initiatives that matter the most. So on our infrastructure, we have succeeded in past times in helping communities with quick impact projects. We have even facilitated the police, local police depots just here in flying time, helping them to reboot a couple of years ago. We even help some schools, notably the Salvation Deliverance High School, where we were able to provide some other materials for the school a couple of years ago. And we carry on the District Hub project. And this infrastructure is district wise, it's a resource to district community. You will let to know when we say resource, what are some of those things that we're talking about? We are talking about a hub that is more purpose, something that will provide for the district and its students populace. A digital reading room that will be the first digital library in District 113, something that will connect potential stakeholders like Office of the Youth and Student Community, District number 13 chapter, the Markets Women Association, the Staff Business Association, the District Youth Council. We try to place everybody in one hub where the ideas of creativity will keep flowing. So this hub can provide a resource for that as well. And we're also thinking about having a conference hall. One of the things, if we're certainly right, the entire district cannot boast of a single place where a group of people converge to share ideas. So most often, even programs, entertainment, most often people resolve to do school auditoriums and other areas just to earn some of the activities. So it has claimed the attention of the vision bearer, the political steward of our movement, Honorable Andy Boglejala, that there is a need that we have this hub, that we have this conference room, connect people and help people have a safe and comfortable environment to talk about issues that matter around them. So, so these are just few working stuff, Timothy.
To hold you there a little bit before you proceed further, or how can one be able to differentiate between the Team Andy and that of the Andy Broker Jala Foundations? What is the difference between the Team Andy and that of the Andy Broker Foundation? What is the difference?
Okay, so this is two auxiliary movements on one shot. What am I talking about? Team Andy is the of all activities that surround the Honorable Andy life. That is, it is a part of him that connects the environment to himself and people who he feel healthy enough to build a sane, worthy, and viable area where people will have equal opportunities. That is the Andy, the political movement. And then the Andy Boblejara Foundation basically is his family. His family who is associated with people that are around him. So quite recently, the Sister of Life, another group of young people, young girls who share the same vision as we I, they decided to partner with the Andy Boblejara Foundation because they wanted to do some extra humanitarian outreach. And from the information gathered, playing back photos and videos, they distributed some items like carpet books, beds, and other materials to an orphanage home in the district, a deaf and dumb orphanage home in somewhere around the Chocolate City Belt. And they even visited one of the schools in the district to commemorate the birth anniversary of Mistress Jana, the Freeway Baptist High School. So it is basically the humanitarian aspect for he and his family.
Because I was thinking that one is an auxiliary on the team. And
yeah, one could say it's an auxiliary because anything that connects to any group that automatically connects to Team Andy. So in another way, we all can agree that it is an auxiliary of Team Andy.
all right, so moving forward, Mr. Chairman, you are the chairperson of Team Andy because people are going to be looking up to you for direction. Despite your political leader, who is the vision bearer of Team Andy, is not in country right now. And my question will have to do with what are those challenges that you people were faced with last year? The progress and challenges made last year. Just point out to those progress and challenges made last year. And if there are any challenge, what are those mechanisms are you putting in place to mitigate those things?
Okay, yeah, last year, Team Andy undertook series of projects, and the basic ones were the kickoff of our district in high school is in the debate competition. That is a statement of Andy Bobeda district taking into high school debate competition. And those Michael County High School, somewhere in Georgia Rule, came up as the victor winning Lombardia in the finals. And we also carried on the first place and final phases of the Kids Literacy degree program, where we graduated 13 each and 30 kids. Unlike this time around that we had applied for 50 kids. And aside these things, we were able to potentially reach out to other areas because in our mobilization China, it is hard working. And we cannot let that work and just look at just one side of the public studies, the student zero. So we were able to help parents by launching our financial aid program that we did a couple of years ago. We paid 50 students tuition at a flat rate of 5,000 per kid. And we also, we try our possible best to have not something that will like a way of showcasing what people want to achieve when he sits in the position as representative, but it shows how selfless this guy is when it comes to actually looking up for people who he intends to serve. So a couple of challenges as obvious. We had couple of challenges. I think the most notable one is financial challenge. There were times that, especially when with the face of the growth phases of the inter-high school quizzing competition, were challenged by some other way on the rules. Our dream is so big. We had this initial thought of having the quizzing the winning team placed on a billboard as well as the victorians. Sorry that I mentioned that. We also launched the first phase of the district scholars program, that is the validating program, where we recruited various bars from schools around the district. They were vetted, and two persons came up. Maria Marita Yam from Michael, she's part of Michael, and Sissy Kone, rooting up the three students that came up as successful candidates. So we also had a plan about not just giving them one semester tuition that we agreed on, but probably ensuring that they achieve their educational goals. But again, due to this same financial challenge, we weren't able to achieve that. We narrowed down to paying their first semester tuition and offering them a space in our ambassadorial program that is pending. So the issue about finance was key challenge, and one of the things too that helped us down is the spacing and time. It always good to design some of the programs and specific timelines and projects planners we do. But the thing about it is that in Liberia, you just don't know what would be the next problem. So sometimes we make some plans, engaging schools to use their facilities and getting time at a time.
So last year, where you reach out to the disabled community?
Oh, last year, basically, we tailored most of our projects to jamborees, jamborees. But the year before then, we had this program called the District Rally and Leadership Youth Conference. We did that at the end of the year, where we invited people from the disabled community. A couple of them came. It was like a 3-day school of leadership and volunteering, helping them to understand what it means by having an independent mindset, making decisions, and how they can make the most out of the limited resources. So we have people coming to teach in some of the areas, and I think it was more of an empowerment association. And that was not just with the disabled community, but we also had people coming from the youth students, we have people coming from the elder council, we have people coming from everywhere trying to increase that communication. So for last year, I cannot pinpoint directly a place where we reach out to the disabled community, but they are always part of our plan, which is why, as part of the various offices we will be for district treatment, our district number 13 administrative project, something that we intend to name in honor of an icon, somebody who served this district with his all, and he passed, but he never received it. This sent upright a suit and candelier in the late Honorable S. Sonko. So this hub will be named by Honorable S. Sonko in the Mura, District number 10, a multi-purpose hub. So we even talked about having an office there to be the office of the disabled community, so that it can also help them to be part of our creative community going forward.
Let me hold you there. Or one could say that one of the reasons why you want to name the hub in recognition of Alexander Soko's out is because you want to reawaken the memories of those who believe in the ideology and subsequently use them during your political achievement. So how do you intend to refurbish that particular opinions?
Yeah, the truth is that everybody has an advantage over his own opinion. That's a fact. But before we reach at that point, consider so many factors as variable. And one is the fact that we just look at it as an integrity icon who we can easily ride on the shadow of popularity by naming our hub after him. Though we came up with a series of names. We came up with the current senator of Mozzarella County, Honorable Sahari Joseph. We came up with one of past representatives who is now late, Honorable Moses Sananapoli. And we came up with another name, his daughter, Sia Tadapoli. We listed a series of people who have done a whole lot, individually and collectively, to ensure certain things are done right in District number 13. So these names were vetted, and Team Andy has 3 different leadership protocols. Our central executive leadership brainstorm on this and argue amongst themselves why XYZ need the best. And we even decided to share pools using our Facebook, our general chat room, to gather opinion on the platform who is actually the rightful person that should go on this top. We don't tend to strike a sentimental balance where we are going for him because we have some connection with him. No. We decided the public to come up. They should be connected to the decision that we made today. So that we have it. So they gave their opinion. Majority votes came from our executive sitting. And at the end of the day, we understood that the hardest percentage of people went for the fact that particular option should be the ex-president at some point, administrative of district number 13. So it is not about buying his loyalty or those who are loyal to him to the team and the family. It is more about using him because he stands for something that in leadership we will consider as an right and outstanding class of leader. So everything he did shows that this particular man lived with virtues, and his execution and demonstration of leadership was a suit for the people of this phenomenon.
All right, so Chamegati, your institution is one of a political institution within the district of Tete, despite Mr. Jala did not appear on the ballot box in 2018 representative by election. But that does not exclude the fact that he cannot still make a case as it relates to trending issues within the district. Something last year, there was this issue about drugs being found in our district. And then Timon did not come over press statement to come over with a press statement stating where is the money in this case, for instance, with the people of Israel, or where's, just come to the public, tell the public that this is sweating on stance as it relates to the discovery of the drugs.
So yeah, let me just get into that because sometime last year, it wasn't last year or 2021. I think it was 2021 that you were trying to put, and a drug was found according to one Mato Masale.
No, that is not the case. Mato Masale was 2021. What I'm talking about is 2022.
Okay.
The incident
A
now
huge consignment of drugs was discovered right
in Togba village, right near the police station.
Okay, like I said previously, the thing about drug and substance use, especially in the cinema technique, is aligning. What am I saying? So, if you follow the police reports of 2020 and 2019, it clearly states that this cinema technique is on the red map, meaning that it has the largest amount of ghettos you can find in Mosorado and its environs. So one of the things that we have actually concentrated on over the past time is about how we can be able to reintegrate those we consider as Zocos, but for us we consider them as disadvantaged youth. But it's something that turned them that way. So we have been focusing on how we can come up with some of these, empowerment initiatives. I don't want to go back, but the issue about that drug that was on a couple of time ago, like you said, we didn't officially come up with a press statement. That is true, but from the angle of our team, we were able to get some information from our local police relative to how the job was found and what classification of job it was and what is the expectation by the legal authority. And then it was clear that the job was found in our district, but history linking to the job says that it came from elsewhere and that it was being packaged overnight. So it raised the fact that the English of the district, it was used as a cover up to somewhere the job was supposed to be detached. So as much as we still remain a leading voice to speak against some of these things, but the legal authority was in charge of it, and we saw it to be very prudent to listen more to the police spokesperson to come up with an official release and maybe sensitize the public, which is the most important one, on how we can omit ourselves from drug and substance abuses and help most of our young people achieve their long-stay dream. So I basically we were involved into more outreach rather than taking national airwaves to send out the information. I mean, there's a tendency that more people cannot switch on radio. But I tell you, Lola, if you walk into a community today with a headset and you just decide to play music on a car for just 5 minutes, you will have that place overcrowded because they want to hear what you want to tell them. So basically, most of what we have been doing is the outreach, reaching out to intellectual centers, having interactions with people, and using Facebook to send out different messages in different forms and manners. So that has been our stance when it comes to drug and substance abuse.
Still speaking on the drugs issue in Liberia and even in District 13, this issue about drugs is being described as one of the substances that's actually having a very bad image on our society, particularly the youthful population. So what is your plan as an institution and as a foundation, as the earlier stated, to to be able to have some quick impact projects in addressing some of those challenges as the earlier stated that you do consider them, even though there are negative statements out that they are considered as the as zogos, but you for the sake of better words, you said they prefer to be called the disadvantage. What is your responsible to address the situation since this situation is so inimical to our system?
So I thank you very much. I was saving that to to come up with the last point, but it was so good that you were talking about that. We have our short-term initiatives and our long-term initiatives. Basically, for our short-term plans, it's about recreating the the avenue where the spirit of excellence, especially in academic, will be championed at its best, helping students to compete with counterparts, not just in Liberia, but even outside Liberia. I think that was the spirit recently when I was visiting the national visiting team, the national visiting team of Liberia went to Germany and is able to come back with something special. I think it tells us that we have a competitive academic population that can even beat people out of internationally. So basically, for our short term plan, it has been more about empowering young people, but we also have long term plans. And what are some of them? The district administrative hub project that I talked about is one. I want to go back to it. We are also on our infrastructure looking at how we can have 4 distinct recreational centers that will be a youth-driven project instituted in the 4 distinct zones. When I talk about 4 distinct zones, on Team Andy, we have 4 zones from our community, which starts the district coming from Freeport to Sutton Creek. That is all of the communities that within that cycle, the Arrow, Diliman, the Sobe, the Jamaica Ambassador Town, and all of the communities, they are on community A, zone 1. So we want to have this recreation center that will be built there purposely for students. That is part of our long-term initiative. We have been talking to communities leaders how to learn. We don't need to learn. Learn by the community. All yes, just a space to build center for them. And that will be multi-purpose. So once you have a lot of people come together, thinking innovatively and having programs that benefit them, that is so active to some extent can slow down people getting into habits that they don't that they are not supposed to get into. And let's say you have the info that is on 1, 2, 3, 4. And we also currently in search for a space where we want to build our vocational center. And our vocational center will realize that there are a couple of students. You have some students that are slow learners. You have some students that are fast learners. You have some students that I think the school think about biology and chemistry doesn't work for them. But it doesn't mean they don't have a future. So we thoughtfully decided that as part of our long-term plan, we are hoping to have this negotiation done very soon. We're going to build a vocational center mostly for the disadvantaged youth. One thing that we realize is that getting people out the street and carrying them to a rehabilitation center and giving them all of the medical support they need to wash away these substances from in them and then later they go back to the same place they came from without any means of empowering themselves that they will get something and be able to raise something for their family. So after a while, due to the same trauma, they will end up going back to where they came from. So there should be some main link that will connect people who are coming from rehab that they can easily reintegrate themselves into society and get something to do for themselves. So how? So this vocational school will offer plumbing, tailoring, sewing, pastry, and series of other items that we believe can help them to easily reintegrate into society.
So what is the source of income towards all of these things you are talking about, all of those projects that you want to undertake within the district? What is the source of income?
Thank you so much. Team Andy has been hugely dependent
Our government?
on its political leader. Its political leader, he's totally outside government, as much as he has a whole sum of responsibility to do with his family.
But we also have an alignment with government.
He's totally working outside government. I mean, for a fact, we all know Honorable Andy Bobet. Currently, he's residing in the United States. He's currently a cybersecurity associate with
but he will be a consultant of the government. He will be a consultant of the
as far as I know, as the chairman of the movement down here, I can tell you for free that he has no alignment, absolutely no alignment with the current political, the ruling party of Liberia.
Kevin,
So,
sorry for interrupting you anyway, but there is something
I just wanted to answer his question quickly on our source of revenue because that is key. So let me just run around it. Honorable Andy Bobet offers 80 to 85% of what he earned towards most of these initiatives. Meanwhile, we also have some very good people, very enterprising, industrious young people in the diaspora who are taking like money, like Honorable Andy Bobet. They want to solve it. And how can we do this? We can do this by empowering the environment. So they too have been supporting us. We have a couple of partners in the diaspora. We have Adolphus Momo. He's the chair of our diaspora. He has been doing extremely well. We have Eric Collins, not Eric Collins, but Eric Cross, Derek Cross. We have Mistress Jala, who has been supporting her foundation through Team Andy. And we have series of Rosetta Stewart, we have Henry, we have series of partners that are helping us. So it is not just about Honorable Andy Bobet alone. He does about 85%, but we still have other people that we partnered with through some of these lucrative and youth-driven programs to help some of our children and our parents especially. Because once the child is coming up productively, that reflects on the parents. So that's some of the ways that we try to generate resources to support some of the programs.
Chairman, you have been speaking on so many of the activities your team has been engaged with. There is this point in the stage which has been criticized by people, especially the way in which politicians build projects and try to name those projects in their name. So you were speaking about a vocational school to make to be constructed by your own entity, political entity. What would be your plans? Because there wouldn't really be mentioned. So what would be your plans if that project has succeeded? What would be your plans to in terms of naming? Will it bear the name of the district, or will you look for another icon of the district to name it in recognition of?
Well, it's a district development project. We don't want to always create an environment where everything will just be about Andy Bobet do. The political image of him must be sold on all of the projects. I think if that's the case, we could have named our district number 13 hub, Honorable Andy Bobet hub. The next aid center we're trying to build, we don't name
Someone to say you are doing that to clear the doubt of the public that when we get to the election you need votes, you need numbers of people, so you're going to put it out there in a space that you are creating in the scene where all the players have not got power, make those such the gun structure and then put another person in.
Yes, so I mean, just the same thing. Most of what we are doing, we are not just doing it for glorification. We are doing it because we have seen that due to the current economic or situational analysis of Liberia. So I can tell you for free when that particular vocational hub is built, it's going to be named in honor of the district, the 2013 vocational center, something we see at you. We tried to brainstorm on it some time ago. Again, we were thinking about having somebody who represents that, people who were in high school or elementary school, they told us that some history are oral. Yeah, some rating. And most of those that said we don't have to focus on them. So how can we sustain their need? By having something that can work so that history will remember their good deeds. So basically, it has been our thoughts. But again, we came back to the notion that once you try to do something for a conglomeration of people, you should do it sometime open-hearted so that other people, even at the opposition, feel more encouraged to benefit from whatever you are trying to establish. It would just mean that on the one hand, vocational center want to stay from our sister colleague to or from our brothers because it's only one people that have vocational to political dividends. So we will just name it in honor of the district so that we can have other people, other associates coming in so that they too can be a picture of institutions in trying to establish
Why in this case that after you have constructed all of these structures and then you go to the election, you lost the election. What do you have to do next? What will you do next after losing the election to another person? Maybe to the election. What will put the next option?
Well, for the fact, Team Andy under the stewardship of it's not about just elections. I can check for free in 2018. We went to the primary of the Coalition of Democratic Change, and we lost. According to terms and conditions, we lost to John G.
Mohammed said he's a party discipline, so you have to
So definitely being party discipline and holding on to his integrity in service, he decided to withdraw from the process. I mean, one could say because in that time we had information.
So this is what brought
from ANC reached out to us that their ticket is empty and we want Andy Bobek Jala to contest, and we're looking at their faces and told them. So this is
what brought me to the question.
If you would say that, I would say no, because the records are there. If you go to the Coalition of Democratic Change now, the headquarters of the Coalition of Democratic Change, if you will ask its current national chairperson, Robert Molu, there's a letter written by the political leader that I have saved on a Google draft, and clearly stating his position and disassociating himself with
from
the party. They let us clear this Jefferson Koji, who is currently the Secretary General of CDC, he also has that he will remain an inactive member and suspension of the membership on grounds that ABC was alleged.
Okay, so we be surprised if this is done. We got a feminist member, so with the ruling establishment that would force some of those count that he mentioned within the letter that if these things can be met, then why in this case that Mr. Jalal we are feminists is supposed to see we be surprised to me.
Well, Team Andy is a conglomeration of people from different political parties, and guess what we do? We don't allow people to have local decision of the local government. So, quote unquote, if our political leader, who is our vision bearer, decide that we are calling my party to protest, that particular decision is been up to the executive council for brainstorming and subsequent agreement.
But you need to have the money.
I mean, we have an institution that I'm telling you that we are more institutionalized than individualized. If we build our team around individual, and there we go, according to Fabriano Romano, who is a sport journalist. And then here we go, it means that this year is done. But that is not the case of us, right? We have brainstorming sections, we have evaluation sections, we have upskilling values, we look at the consistencies, look at the needs one. We have an entire case around how we come up to the decision. So that is motivational, I can tell you for free. Anything coming from there will have to brainstorm.
Chairman, the electorate of District 13 is so much concerned because 2023, when we were in 2022, this year 2023 that we're now in was being in the year that a lot of politicians were so much optimistic about in terms of the kind of video, the kind of video they will attach by evidence, by their presence who felt almost a million gathering. Or it has been almost a meltdown. Your political leader, Andy Bukajala, hasn't making any further statement as to whether he is going to contest or he is planning on endorsing somebody. So what is your action? Because I feel your position chairman of the Kanneh, so we hope that we hear from you today about that particular issue.
Okay, I thank you so much. That's a salient question, very good one. And like I just talked about, Andy, like I said, we try our possible best to attend to our norms. That is our standard operating procedures, our ethics. We try to belong to whatever place as a form that to guide these processes. So I think one is that it's that the center error of commission should address the district every year. Usually to do that at the end of the year. But due to some technical situation, we push it for later this month or evidence. And that statement, we are contemplating on getting our future position. The political leaders currently states. But meanwhile, the team also come up with an open press release. The press invited for the TV, and we will talk about our entire position between now and October. So within a couple of weeks, I can tell you, we have some internal calls. We try to do what came possible to have another process constructively everything with mental resource, financial resource, spiritual resource, and that connected all fronts. So you don't even have whether it's this addict that I don't have at all. So we are still talking behind the scene. But what I can show the public is that we have gone about 70% in our decision making. We will come up with official statement, cross-cutting from last year to now our position, and Andy will be coming up with its official release, stating clearly our political position.
With that position be interest of your support.
Well, the support of me, our members, is family, and this is some of the reason why I don't want to. As chairman,
you cannot play around this.
I don't want to come up
in the interest of content.
This is what I'm saying. It's to avoid especially when we're going to the public explicit, have it.
Well, just a yes or no
No,
question.
You see, the thing about yes or no, in my mindset position, because when you take it to another way, what I can tell you, Mr. Kanneh, Ambassador Kanneh, sorry for that Team Andy is going to not just focus on having hierarchies, constitution, but also invite the public, get feedback.
You
So
are.
the question answers my position that until we have this, sometimes also like
You like that.
the
question is the interest of the supporter.
people is the supporter to us, which is because the people family, they are potential stakeholders. So I'm telling you now, we cannot make an active decision without their involvement. So before we come with this opening statement, I can tell you for free, we're going to also have some personal conversation with them at so many different areas. And how they have some sort of idea. So when we come up with this central intelligence, they should trust us that this is the official position of 2020.
All right, so tell me, we take this question and come back. We dive into other issues and then we take question from our comment section.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Tobo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focal.
Okay, so welcome back. We have studios and Mr. Gaja with chairperson. So back to our conversation. It's good to have in here. That's something that we hope to lay our hands on all of those who want to become representative of this number 13. We hope to lay hands on every one of them, including those who are the chairperson, even down to the secretary or whosoever person that are their movement. We hope to lay our hands on them, see ourselves on our platform to find them all of the aspects. So I'll be on the conversation. This is one of our normal if you don't forward to our WhatsApp number, you will also play that question in the comment sections that we have these things in our comment section. So I think Lyndon, you will judge me all of the questions are to Chemikaji.
Yeah. Amos Esther Senior said, how do you see other who are just coming into organizing similar things like I think we jot down the questions or you want to respond to them
one at a time.
No, you can just read it. I will take down major points and then I will address it one at a time. So the first question talking about
how do you see other just coming to organizing similar things like that was raised by Amos Esther Senior. And another question by Chihuahua son. There are proposals that someone should give 25,000 LD to technology for validators. Can you speak to that? Will technology people out candidates this election year? How far is the national aid program? When do we expect for this competition? How is Andy?
can we be a bit slower so that I can have those points? So we talked about organizing a program, we talked about the 25,000 people and what next?
How far is this year financial aid program?
Okay, the financial aid program. How far? Yeah, what next?
When do we expect for the district hub to be completed?
Okay. is
And the last question is whether Mohammed is decent.
the official completion. Okay, so and then the last question is the status of Mohammed. Okay. So thank you so much. To answer the first question, and I will start from the last. 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 So the status of Honorable July. Let us say affirmation. Honorable July is not a citizen. He is not a citizen. Senator Togba suspending his membership from the Congress of Democratic Change Party, the coalition of Democratic Change, where we have official party, meaning the go to Honorable Mohammed, the national chairperson, and the institutional party to the then leader, the Honorable Chairperson, So clearly, he's of no political party now, free thinker, and many of us in the corridor. That is one aspect. The district of commission, the second question. The thing about an infrastructure is more about the available resources. So as it stands now, we are on the very crucial phase. We have completed the downflow that is facing. We are on the first field of the building. We have completed the casting. We have done some preparation at the level, and we're supposed to do a casting of the first field. Then we go to the last field because the most two flows. That is ground flow, first flow, and second flow. So these things require some cash. It is cash intensive, and like I said, most of our resources are coming from the pocket of Honorable Andy Bogdala, who placed himself in a position that, I mean, my country above all else. So we have a society that people call third class. So we should think about how we can transfer some of the technologies that we talk to is reflected in the diaspora and other places around where we have been to. So he's trying his possible best to raise some resources. I will be in a meeting with some partners invited by the end of this week, and one of these discussions will be about how we can able to use other funds to completion of this hub. So I can tell you for free that we are working on it, and I can promise that it will be completed before election. That I can promise. But what I can do promise that this hub will be completed after the elections, because a lot of things we need to do, a lot of activities tend to, and we are still talking, we are still raising up. So at the appropriate time, after the elections, we will have district number 13 administrative hub completed. That is the extension something member district number 13 administrative hub. And for the financial aid, we have our calendar year. Every year we have series of activities on our chat, and activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, and all to activity last. So for my project sheet, the financial aid is our 7th activity we should do every year at the beginning of this year. But due to the fact that we had just within that same time the district valedictorian awards obligation to attend to, where we pay 500 per student, paying their semester 1 in any of the university of their choice. We had at the same time we had a responsibility to attend to other payments from last year national aid, and we have series of activities running. So at the time we postponed due to our penny activities to financial aid now to semester 2. So now we are in the recruitment process. We are recruiting names because, like we said, we spend 250,000 Nigerian dollars every year towards this course, and we have raised a huge sum of that money. So we can tell you for free that between now and the appropriate time, we're going to launch this year edition of the financial aid program. And it's not just going to be a team-based thing. Normally, we do invite the public. So we're going to reach out to the public again. We're going to hear music and some other information from jingles, ringing the message in your ear on when we're going to get started with this. And we're hoping that we will also make some additional engagements too. Like I say, I'm always open to this platform. So again, we'll be here to also discuss the second phase of the financial aid program the soonest. So I can tell you that this program has been pushed to step 2, and we're hoping that all other things will be in its respective area, before the kickstart of that particular phase. So the next question says 25,000 to Team Annie from Chico. You see, we are in a political space. As much as we love to be open-handed, we also love people who come to the national space as leaders should carry with them the integrity that they intend to give the people. So we have made significant strides in reaching out to Honorable Chico and Honorable Chico primaries, the young students on the distributed scholars that we gave them 25,000. And from that time to this time, it has been more than 4 to 5 months. I personally called Honorable Chico a few days before he exited from Liberia, I think about a month or 2 ago. And he gave me the number of his chairman that my team should reach out to him, and this 5,000 would be paid the soonest. And from that time to this time, we have been making all other efforts to do that. So I can tell you for free that the 25,000 promised by Honorable Chico is still within his team. Team Andy has received nothing, not a penny. It is upon the leadership in Honorable Chico to do what he's able to do. But as far as we are concerned, have turned the page of this 5,000 to open up the district ambassadorial program. So whether it's the 25,000 or that, we have informed the valedictorians on the position of Team Andy and the response that we have gotten thus far from Honorable Chico and his team. So all of those in Radio Land, listening and following this platform, I can tell you for free that we have not received a cent from Honorable Chico and his team after promising the students, not us, because we have absolutely nothing to do with that money. His students, this 25,000 some 5-6 months ago. So last question I see here, other programs, you see, this is where we differentiate between traditional politicians of Liberia and people who actually envision a Liberia that will be above what we normally see every day. Traditionally, we see people coming up with programs only during times of politics. Now, if you would just do your personal, personal evaluation of our street, you will see more banners fly up with different programs. People after 7, 8, 9, 10 years, they just want to go pushing competition. People just want to sell them. People just want to do this, people just want to get involved with politics. They have to be able to buy a sense of belief and buy the attention of the electors that they too are in position. But that's not the people are living in because of the politics. But the energy has unsold for activities for years. I told you for free, we started this in 2018. At this time, we decided to do it at the local communities level, where we had the first phase of the inter-community tourism competition. That was more than 5 years ago. Still moving strong. We have been in the cities of providing some of these programs that champion the cause of Texas. We have had the first phase of the district nominating program launched last year, and we are gearing towards the second phase, something we are also looking into due to the proliferations of different competitions around here. We are also thinking about how probably we could push ours for another just also still sensitive at that point. and usually within places that part of our territory. So we are also talking about kickstarting the kids literacy cohort 2. We did that last year. So these are programs that we have actually come up with in the space of time. So unlike other people, we have been maintaining these things for years. So it's not about what we can see everything out there now in the season of politics. We consider everything that has been done out there just for the case of politics, getting the interest of people to go and cast their ballots. So they maintain their position. I mean, everybody have freedom of association, freedom of organization. We can organize anything we want, but this message is that they have this on that they don't like so many things. This is a city that they don't like again. So we will leave it there, and we will continue to foster what we can do. We will continue to gain the quality of people. We will continue to build hubs around them to help them leave from situation to help them be like a big home of enlightenment to the work project.
All right. So thank you for cataloging all of those things and responding to all the questions in our comment section. So if Honorable Jala does not contest the October 10, 2023 representative election, what would be his status? I don't know whether you guys have anything on your plate that you could support somebody, because we been hearing that from a lot of people that money is gearing up to support Kanneh. So I don't know how you people how did you people reach such agreement, or if you people have not reached such agreement, if one of the jobs doesn't contest, what would be you guys' reaction?
Well, the information that you have heard, I can tell you that is later, and it has how it should be. I told you this initially that Team ND is an institutionalized political movement.
But people can be institutionalized political movement, then they can support the movement.
We usually make decisions, especially decisions that affect the team, to the public in an open space. If the man is taking on radio to come up with you will see, if not the chairperson or the official spokesperson of Team Andy, having to be the voice of the team, being there for our decision. So I don't want us to say we are getting this because we have radio, like I said, Team Andy has taken no step in supporting anything in this election, and as there is a possibility that we our supporters are still in the loop, we are still keeping them with all the information here, as much as we still have our decision to take into the current position of our political leader. Now, this is the thing. I won't show you that we will contest on that because we are subject to our sitting very soon. But there are a series of factors that we are considering. One, our political is passionate about coming to serve the Liberian people. He has demonstrated some of these values in areas that he has served, even over time with Liberia. So, more than that, he wants to come. He's passionate about doing this. But there's this thing about family and constraints that I think every other him to some extent we must honor the sacred of family, the sacred patrimony of family. So a lot of things around it, and we hope it to resolve it very soon. So once these things are resolved, like I said, between now and the next month, the official spokesperson or the chairperson of the Andy will have a holistic preference where we will invite all actors of the area, and we're going to set our position clear on the general position of Team Andy comes for 2023.
Chairman, I want us to flip the discussion a little bit and see how best we can be able to talk about other key issues which are relevant to our district. Or do you, being the chairman of Team Andy, do you hold the opinion that there is a need for a better person to replace Representative Aaron Kapiflomo?
Well, if I would say no to that question, then there's no need for the combination of money. Because we have seen, not just with our eyes, but it is easily seen in the various corridors of district number 13 for a district with one of the most decorated social corporate responsibility. Imagine our district has city, brother, jetty, floor, total, Aminanta, some support from AP telling us Bregaton is same mining company, but we don't know where these resources are directed. If we would take a flip on the coin, yes, spent some independent voices that should be independent voices of people, like the district development council, the district youth council. But what good or what dependency ratio can we have on some of these bodies when their leadership will be by our current leader? I think it shows greater no sentiment. I mean, it is clear that we still have the issue of drug at the highest level. Criminality and other atrocities occur in district number 13 every now and then. The division of our district development funds is still blurred. We do not know what's the direction of how this money is being dispersed to the public. We once upon a time saw a report that has on them one of the tourists. You could even see the figures of the report. As a matter of fact, the community that are living where are currently served as the co-chair of Basel Time community. A picture of that community was placed in the report that Honorable Edward Frodo paid for us at Palava. Can you imagine? There is absolutely no block of construction. We have a parallel there that Honorable SLSR someone started some years ago and was completed by Sadosha Hardy. That was before 2017.
Leadership of the community will respond to that particular issue.
Of course. We sensitized the public. I did an article on that some time ago. It is on my Facebook page, and I was also able to visit some internal discussion centers within the new Georgia belt, and we were able to send out the message loud and clear on how this failure of a lawmaker is carrying reports that's not trustworthy. So, in a nutshell, we have a lot of illnesses around us every day. In the issue of our representation, he has failed drastically. Last year, report from IRID said that should we be comfortable as technical practice for somebody like that as the leader of the district? The answer is no. And we cannot keep subscribing to the things that we should have somebody with little or no knowledge on oversight, lawmaking, and representation.
Do you think? Do you really think only by that what you have just said? And
it was looking at which is ultimately the team and the leader came into to address some of those concerns.
Definitely. Team Andy Bogagara, on the basis of some of these illnesses, decided to come up this movement to address the leadership deficit district number 13 has been faced with over the past years.
That is what I'm saying. Can only Jala make the difference if he is given the opportunity.
Predicated upon his integrity in service.
So what?
Imagine for a young man who has no link with the government, will take upon himself through his lobbyistic discipline to come up with a hub, multi-purpose hub that shows leadership. Or a young man with little, with no government job and no other extended interest will come up with whole sum of money every year to pay children and help parents get their children in school. I mean, something that was going 3 to 4 years and still continue. For a young man that will demonstrate some traits of staying for people when they are going low by coming up with an entrepreneurial project for the market women. for a young man who would demonstrate the sense of relief by giving us supplies single-handedly to people during struggling times, both the Ebola and the COVID time. For a young man during the latter stages of his professional career to redirect the earned means towards scholarship of students who could not afford, these things show leadership.
One could argue,
So
one,
beyond necessary
one could argue,
belief,
Chairman, one could argue that one of the reasons why you see, Chairman, is your experiment is so much involved with the people, acting like a humanitarian or a philanthropist, is because he has a long-term plan he wants to accomplish. So in the wake of trying to achieve that particular plan, he has to be submissive to the people at this particular point in time.
so you see, this is where we can try to balance the passion of somebody from the ego. Ego, most especially, is about you being so high, carrying on some, a destructive mindset that it will cost you nothing but all you do to just clinch to certain area. And that's not been the thoughtfulness of Honorable Ani Boblechala. Most of what he has done over the past time, it has been more about searching deep down. In fact, one man told me there, he said, Honorable Chairman, he said, my life on earth, I don't think it is start down to the amount of positions that I have served. I don't want to be considered when I leave this earth to be a man who served as representative, president, lot of different big portfolio without making any legit impact. I want to be remembered for the amount of lives that I have touched. So even if I won't serve in any lucrative position at the national platform, I should have some of these marks.
So after spending all of these resources, really all of those factors?
He didn't say it. He didn't say it. He would never represent that no So if he contests things didn't go as planned, the legacy remains that they for. Remains something that sacrifice. So more or less, so not just about being representative. I mean, it could be, I'm coming up with a lot of probability due to X, Y, Z, due to X, Y, Z factor, it still goes on. We still continue all of our educated, all of our entrepreneurs, all of our and we still remain the report and other things. So it's not just about having a village to it is more about that order to serve and that discipline to lead a new generation of thinkers.
Chairman, you have somehow responded to the questions being asked by us. Particularly, but I want you to respond to these questions. Generally, in our constitutions, in the 1986 constitutions, the function of a lawmaker has three cardinal responsibilities, constitutional wise. You understand? So, can you pinpoint at some of those areas, in the areas of lawmaking, in the areas of oversight, in the areas of representation that Colbert has failed massively? Can you pinpoint at some of those areas that he has failed?
The man is like like a no place to the job, like a flunky with no direction. I mean, there is no bill, no pass. He cannot even show us a couple of legal documents that he has presented. Everything will end in DC.
But what would argue that the one person at the House, because Liberia as a nation has subscribed to the tenets of democracy, so one would argue that one person cannot
leadership increase. The tricks to lobby around your colleague, the tricks to push ideas, the tricks to make people believe in the purpose of what you think is right. That's leadership. We have seen over the years, there is nothing extra between others that are there, lobbying for others to pass bills. It is just about you being open-minded and far-sighted, relevant about issues around you. But that has not been the case of Honorable Edward Abi Flomo. If you will follow the data line, I think they can call him Mr. Yes, sir. I'm second emotion. He always second emotion. So when will he lead? Because you got to be in the league. You got to take it back. But he's always second emotion. So we need to subscribe to the belief that our Iron Hand will always be second emotion to other thoughts. And some of these things that should be happening internally in our district are abandoned. The answer is no. So this guy has fallen short in terms of representation. All other traits are not seen in him as a leader. Oversight, he has failed miserably. I cannot remember the last time he called all of the 38 community leaders independently, because we have this thing where he will want to go for you when he feel like you in the line. I mean, I'm a being the chairperson of Team Andy, like I said. I think I'm the youngest coach in the district. Older people around us. So most often, you have topic of people who so he has exercised other people grounds that they cannot give away, even because he wants to create a bounds so that he can continue to still grab and go. That's the image of him. So until now, the team anti-position remain constant that Honorable Edward Abi Flomo is not competent and he must leave the city. So we believe that Honorable Andy Bobley has the face, the posture, the intelligence, and the upbringing to serve as the next representative of the Street Marshal team.
All right, so Mr. Chairman, just to take a leave of you, I would just want to ask you one question, and then after that, let me just read those who are following us via our online page. We have Jimmy James, Eskimo Tama is following, Kanneh is also following from his residence, and the second district number 5, Caroline Harris, monitoring from district number 13, Tamason, district number 13, Elijah Wisa, Naomi Kamara, Andy Bledgelai, Thomas, Tiwa, Tamason, Mark, Indispensable God, William Molekele, and Tamason. Okay, so we got information from a hardcore chat room there where of which those who wants to see Mr. Flum are also those who want to see Mr. Flum are also part of that chat room. There is this information that Mr. Jonathan going to contest the election, no matter what the situation is. Mr. Jonathan will contest the election, he will end up pledging his support to another person. So, what do you have to say about that?
We are still dressing the same old wine in the same bottle. We are just changing the brand and putting another name on it. I think we have engaged that question. And I can tell you for free that Team Andy independently, with an institutionalized position, we are yet to engage the public. So we are hoping to complete all necessary discussions on the table. I can show you for free that there is a possibility that we may contest or we may not contest. So sometimes you get into the corridor, there are some item of truth attached to it. But for now, I am more of an institutional man. I'm more of a participatory leader. I am more about getting the ideas of others on the table and accepting it as it comes and go. So we are still trying to brainstorm behind the door. We are trying to do everything we can. Very soon, you will see me, like I said, in an official press release format where we're going to inform the public on the official position of Team Andy. So as it stands now, Andy Bledgelai is who be candidate until the official position of our team can be sent to the public.
Jerry, one final question from my angle. There's this situation about your boss and the Bledgelai is from Factory. The independent lawmaker is also from Battle Factory. There are reports that say that supporters or people who believe in the ideology of LP Flomo do not necessarily have a cordial relationship with, and because of that, it has created a level of animosity between the two supporters. So, what is your What is your boss doing in terms of reconciling the two people?
For us, we are reconcilier, we are peace settlers, we are statesmen, and I think at the most important point, we are young people, which shows that we have a whole life ahead of us. So we won't just easily go in line with the fact that you have a lot of young people trying to raise wars and dig trenches against one another due to political alignment. That is not a part of our norms. That is not part of our ethics. We are trying our possible best every now and then to talk to young people. Generally, library is for us. It's not about we solve the divide, we support. What matters most is about how we can benefit Nigeria into the nation that we want to see. So yes, we just we had a sports game to commemorate the birth anniversary of Honorable Jala. That was outside Team Andy. We were young people who have seen the light in this young man, decided to celebrate him, even though he's far away. So, as a form of reconciliation too, I they invited other people from the other side. It is about sports, bringing people together, and we also looking at how we can broadcast the district inter football competition, inter communities football competition. We are also looking at that, and we're going to do it firstly categorically. We're going to have a zone A, zone one, zone two, zone three, zone four. We're going to have an internal champion.
And who is sponsoring that initiative?
Of course, it's going to be our team Andy. We are trying to, place that as part of our action plan for this year. So, sports we all know is a unifying event. We always bring people together, help people. I mean, the essence about our recent sports meet is to bring people, regardless of our diversity, of our ethnicity, with our Liberians. We should come together.
Tell me, one could argue that your strategy, which is intended to unify people, is not with the intentions about making a request for people from supporters or people who believe in the ideology of Ever to come in, because you just made mention about people who believe in the ideology of Aeroflow. No, not necessarily Aeroflow, but your boss saying that they play a game, but I didn't see anything like you ever made a request to Aeroflow group of people from Aeroflow camp.
Well, the thing is that we have invited one form of reconciliation. We have invited Honorable Edward Papi Flomo on some of our platforms. We have told him a lot of time, and like I said, we are reconciled. We don't just believe in taking certain position and creating harmful attitudes for other people due to the fact that they are on the other side of the coin. No, I recently had a kid broken, we had Togba. These things suggest that we are open-minded in our dealings. So we have also reached out to Honorable Edward. We have letters on board for that, calling him on the platform. And if need be, we are even thinking about. We heard that he's supposed to be graduating anytime soon. Trust me, we're going to take to him a gift. Timani going to affiliate with him. He's him on.
Graduated from university.
We heard that he's supposed to be graduating from the graduate school with a master's degree, and we look forward to the occasion. If that is the case, we're going to go there to affiliate with the lawmaker. As much as the current lawmaker means that we are his, we gave him the opportunity to serve us. To some extent, we could say we gave him the go ahead. We appointed him if we want to take the electionary aspect of it, because we casted our vote, believing in him that he could make the difference. So, in as much as he's not making the difference that we want, we cannot harmfully go against him. We respect him, we respect our president, but eventually we feel that he cannot do work, he cannot do work. My list.
Mr. Channel, we are person, so you just give my practice.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you to the Fuka TV family. Thank you to our many listeners out there who have found out all of their schedules to give their input to follow this channel by means of bringing their data and just to ensure that some of these messages we are passing reach out to them. And following on behalf of Team Andy and our political leader, Honorable Andy Boblete, we say thank you to the management of Foca on TV. You guys are doing pretty good work, and we hope that the extension of these services leave just the full corner of this place and go out there to bring the hard facts from the people. We look forward to that, and we also want to say to our many electorates, as we get towards the political season, this is not about being so radical, this is not about instituting things that will lead to devastation of the public. It is about time. It's not about fighting. If we are fighting, let us narrow it to intellectual fight. Let us narrow our fight to the presentation of ideas rather than using other harmful substances against one another on items. I think Liberia has reached a time that we have gravitated from that radical nation to a more resourceful nation. So let our resource be the judge. Let us engage things as it comes and go. And to our electorates, it is about time that you open up your eyes, look at them, they are coming. Your future is not in your hand, not at the hand, because you are the people. And the people is the most powerful voice, according to our constitution. All power is inherent in the people. So it is about you, the decision is in your hand. Think wise, let us have a very worthy time, and I believe that with some of these things, we all will be able to do the rightful selection. So thank you so much, and I hope to appear as soon as I if I'm given the opportunity. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chairman, thank you for honoring our invite. We hope to see you anytime soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Okay, thank you. So that is it. So that was the voice of Chairman Henry Gaji Bronson or Timandi. And we've been here since 5 o'clock. And the time check is 6:41. So Lyndon, that is it.
Sure.
So you can just make a few comments and then see how that's going to do.
No, our interaction with the chairman was quite impressive because he spoke about a wide range of issues in our district, and most of the things he said, even though we tried to push him against the wall to make some critical statement, but however he was very strategic to he couldn't have said it was he tried to dodge, he tried to play the devil game. So I think we can
So
the time because
that is it. It's good that we've been here since 5 o'clock and then up to 6:41 we are still here. So many thanks to all of those who follow the broadcast via our online Facebook page. Do have a share for Pleasant Day there. Whatsoever geographical location you find yourself, this is how we like to say thank you for following our online broadcast. We're going to be here next Thursday at about the same time from 5 to 6 o'clock. They changed their mind. So it is up to the electorate to make a final decision on who represent them as they goes to the pool October 10, 2023. This is the clear message. Those who want to unseat the current lawmaker, there will comes to you that yes, these are things that they have to offer you. When they were coming, they said they were a freedom fighter. So this is how we left to take our year to the RT, and we're going to be here next Thursday, bringing you another fascinating discussion. And hopefully next Thursday we're gonna have the former youth chairperson of Battery Factory Community, and we will also have another person grouping with edition number 13. That is the Redemptive Youth Council of District number 13. The Redemptive Youth Council of District number 13 will be in our studio. And we will also have Emmett Togba, who is the former youth chair of Battery Factory Community. He will also be in our studio on next Thursday by 5 o'clock. So until then, my name is Mohammed Varnie Kanneh. You can just call me Mo. I've been here with my co-partner, who is Lyndon Togba. We've been here serving you our evening show. This is how we like to take our leave from you. Baba from our end. Do have yourself a pleasant Thursday evening, wherever the geographical location may be. This is how we like to say thank you.